Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Nova Covert Ops, Starcraft 2, and Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we're continuing on with In the Enemy's Shadow. After we have successfully gotten both of the noted bonus objectives, there's still a little bit more that we have to do in order to, finish the mission. Specifically, we still have to open up the rest of the door in order to get into Davis's office, which is proving to be a bit of an issue because, well, the other door lock pretty much requires us to have cliff jumping or blink. Now we can get blink and cliff jumping, but it's really difficult for us to have both.
Watch where you're going.
All right.
Another.
We got the phase reactor suit. And so
now,
unfortunately, now we have, in order to have cliff jumping specifically, we have to actually have the jumpsuit, and the jumpsuit doesn't actually have cloak as an option on it. So
nice. We got that guy killed.
En route.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to be getting a lot of intrusive notices from the AI that we have been detected, and then undetected, and then detected again, and then undetected a second time, and then a coffee break, and then somebody says, hey, where are the donuts? They say, oh, which kind do you want? I'll order it on DoorDash. And they'll say, I want this strawberry one. And they say, okay, but then before they could complete the order, they got shot in the head by an invisible rifle.
Yeah. So as the annotations Gordette mentioned, you don't actually need the jumpsuit in order to get the hidden secret here. You actually need to just have the phase reactor suit, and the phase reactor suit you get during the mission. So it is a good thing that we went after the other bonus objectives first, but now we have to kill everything to get ourselves back to the gear crate. Put on the phase reactor suit.
Resupply.
Consider it done.
I got the suit on. Yeah.
Got it.
Thankfully, the phase reactor suit does come with native cloak, which is nice.
Strictly business.
Is she gone?
Well, everyone in this part of the compound is dead, so they can't actually ask that anymore.
I'm having a little trouble determining what am I looking at here. Oh, it was a
power.
casualty.
It's a gap and a power plant specifically for the installation. You ready for a really long joke, Mr. Cloud?
In a lotus position. When you breathe in, count to 10. When you out, count to 12. Imagine.
What the fuck is this? Guided meditation?
Yes, this is guided meditation for the Terran Dominion.
Giggle internally. And let your soul light shine. You are beautiful.
It is actually quite precious to see a moment in the game where they're telling you, hey, how you doing there, player? Are you enjoying our game? How about you take a deep breath?
But I don't want to do yoga, Mr. Cloud.
Well, you might not have wanted to do yoga. Yoga is about breath. And stretching, and breath.
Booyah! We now
stretching.
have Nova's best weapon in the game, the Blastfire Gunblade. I don't think we get to actually use it for this mission, but that's mostly because it doesn't really matter for this mission. Especially because I still want to have Snipe on for the mini boss fight that's coming up. Anyway, now I still got to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to open up the rest of the door. And thanks to the phase reactor suit, it's actually relatively simple. We just got to go and blink jump onto one of the other cliffs.
Yep. Corvo's Dishonored blink jump ability, and how I love the using blink in Dishonored.
Got it.
And blink. And then we need to blink up here. Waiting for the recharge. There it is.
Nova skirted across the arena in a bound.
God dang it!
In a flash. She assassinated with stealth and threw the bodies in the trash.
I'll make it happen.
Assuming that you're actually paying attention to the sensor cones, it's actually super easy to get through most of this mission.
Can't find her.
Got it.
Did you get a good look at my head? I'm the most important Defenders trooper here. I know I look like everybody else, but I'm really trying to make a name for myself. My boss doesn't even know what my first name is. I don't think he likes me very much.
No, it's because you keep trying to insist that you're more relevant than everyone else, and to be perfectly honest, you just aren't. I'm sorry.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, Defenders trooper, you are interchangeable with just about everybody else.
Executing.
Although it's probably, honestly, the very same Defenders trooper character model and voice actor that we had during the opening cutscene of the game.
Strictly business.
Open fire!
Nova here. I'll make it happen.
Sir, do you still want us to fire?
Consider it done.
Here's the second room. You know what to do next.
Okay, now we can just blink up top.
Acknowledged.
I'm not entirely sure what's actually causing us to get spotted here, because although the rotary sensors do have detector on them, they usually have to, you know,
Status report.
they usually have to actually get you into their cone of vision in order to trigger that.
En route.
Davis's office is open. You are clear to make the arrest.
Wait. There's a psionic presence there. It seems familiar.
Someone's here.
Then I screwed up my blink. Dang it.
Got it.
Excuse me, coming through, excuse
Loud
me.
and clear.
There we go.
Executing. Acknowledged.
Oh, what lovely paintings.
Follow my orders. Nova here. On the move.
Do wish that we could actually see a bit more detail on those paintings.
Strictly business.
All right.
It's amazing what you can do with the zoom out.
You ready for a reintroduction to a character we've not seen physically since the start of the game, Mr. Cloud?
Stone. What happened?
Hey, Stone.
You deserted me and sided with the Dominion to murder your former comrades. Guess I'm next.
They've altered your memories. This isn't you.
And they put a stupid helmet on you.
We are
No. That's his normal. That is his normal helmet.
This.
You look like you should be in Fallout.
Damn it.
Yes, he
I have
does.
to get him out of the way.
That is what the normal ghost helmet does look like, though.
Consider it done.
Now, if you're paying close attention, you can actually tell where the fuck Stone is at for pretty much all times, because like every other invisible unit in Starcraft, he suffers from the fact that his cloaking suit actually has a heat shimmer effect while it's on.
I'll make it happen.
So this guy will forecast the attack, and you have a blink that not only lets you transport yourself, but effectively dodge the attack.
Yeah.
Lies.
Huh.
Confirm that last.
So StarCraft actually has dodge mechanics.
This particular fight does, as well as a large majority of the boss fights in the co-op mode. But to be perfectly honest, Stone doesn't actually have enough HP or offense to be a real threat, especially if you bring Stim Infusion to this fight. If you bring Stim Infusion to this fight, Stone just folds over. And since we did bring Stim Infusion, all we actually have to do is dance around him while killing the sensor drones. And yeah, this fight is already over. Oh.
Stone, you used to be brilliant, and my friend, and a fearsome combatant. But now you have the wartime prowess of a 6th grader holding a spitwad gun.
He's down.
We have disabled Stone.
Weigel, you have to send someone to help him.
Of course. For now, you should focus on Davis.
He's just unconscious.
I'm reading you.
And so ends in the enemy
Davis,
shadow.
the Emperor has requested your presence. And if I refuse, you won't.
All right. So, in the next episode, because yes, this is effectively the last bit of gameplay that we're doing, we're going to have the fallout of this. We're going to have the fallout of this successful infiltration mission.
Nice. All aboard.
The Dominion has always had a strong leader. Stepping into my father's role was challenging.
I mean, he was a fascist tyrant, and you're only a bit fascist.
As
So
General Davis did when the Defenders of Man began spreading disinformation about my response to the Zerg attacks. I take these allegations seriously.
You say these things, or we're gonna kill you.
The Defenders of Man. The truth is, they used psi emitters to incite the Pharaoh Zerg to attack. And they have executed unprovoked strikes on the Protoss as well.
you know, Mr.
Protoss?
Cloud, there were politics happening. No, there were politics happening last week.
Were issued by none other than
Who gives a shit about the Protoss?
Well, we're supposed to give a shit about the Protoss because they're here, so...
She is hereby under arrest and charged with treason against the Terran Dominion.
First we hate you, then we kind of sympathize with you. Now we feel sorry for you.
And now
So are
we
we
have
gonna
to
be
be running for our lives.
Yay. Oh boy.
Don't you wish that our Void Rays could do that, Mr. Cloud?
Get everyone out.
It's so funny how you play a game and everything seems like so spacey and impersonal.
Hey, Alarak.
Defenders of Man. So this is your little base of operations. The Tal'Darim will wipe you from the face of this world.
But Alarak, we're on Core Hall. You know that the Terran Dominion is the primary source of power here.
You have fulfilled your purpose, Terran. These pests will die in agony, just as we agreed.
No, that wasn't the deal.
Leave, or you will perish with them.
This is what happens when you strike a deal with the biggest forehead in the universe.
Or the biggest asshole, depending on your opinion. Fucking hate Alarak.
I have the bodily proportions of a Greek
Our enemies
god.
outnumber us on both sides. We need more forces to hold this city against the Tal'Darim.
Well, we can provide those.
Several Defenders of Man squadrons have contacted us, Emperor. It seems the lower ranks weren't aware of Davis's real agenda.
You hear that, Mr. Cloud? The lower ranks weren't aware, and as such, they are now fighting for us instead.
We can rely on their outposts to hold the front line for a time, while we focus on getting our
Well, I hear it.
ready.
I almost
I'll
believe
join
it.
them. I can keep the Tal'Darim
And yes,
scattered on
there
the
will
edges of
be
the
a
city,
game.
away from our bases.
We should also deploy liberators and siege tanks to strengthen our positions.
That I can do, Rigel.
Perhaps an SCV or two for repairs. You always think of everything, Rigel. We're going to need all of it to get through this.
So before we start, we need to go over to our equipment loadout and show off, yes, the Blazefire Gunblade. You'll notice that it actually looks a lot like Skull's basic gunblade, or even the sheer trigger from FF8. There's a reason for that. But more importantly, we now also have access to battle cruisers.
I've developed upgrades for them, if you're interested.
Oh, we also got the special ordnance for the battle cruiser, which enables it to have the ATX attack battery on it, which is very, very nice. Okay, in the next episode, we will start Dark Skies, where we are defending Core Hall from Alarak, because Alarak is a fucking dick. Why does Alarak have to be a dick, Mr. Cloud?
Villain cliche.
But he's not a villain. He's supposed to be an anti-hero. Bleh.